Hi everyone, how are you, guys, people, gentlemen, ladies? Maybe you are wondering, I don't know, who is speaking. Well, just let me introduce myself, I don't know, so that you can have a knowledge about who your instructor is, I don't know, my experience, my name, why I'm here right now, and well, all these kind of things, okay? Well, my name is Jafet Sagar, right? I'm Mexican, I'm from Mexico. Um I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. Currently, I work giving or teaching students around the world some certifications, including AC 204, DevOps, which is 400, maybe Power Platforms, which are the PLs, etc. Right now, guys, today we are going to learn about the AC 204, which is about how can we use these tools that Azure has and implement them with programming, okay? So that we can create the best applications that we can with the best performance, I don't know, with the best, well, simple to create, and current, and using the current technologies that the world is using right now, okay? This is my profile in the case that some of you wants to, I don't know, have a look at it. If you want to enter my LinkedIn, you can do it. Remember, just Jafet Sagal, and that's it. If you need something, if you need the link, well, just let us know and we can pass it to you, okay? Right now, I think that we can start, guys. We can start the presentation. Just let me share the slides, okay? Perfect. Remember, guys, we are a team. Me, Jafet, I will be delivering the class, but my partner, Aranza is in the chat. She will be helping you with the questions that you have. If you have a problem, I don't know, that you want to have a link to some resources, ask it in the chat, please, in the section for questions and answers. If you need, I don't know, if you didn't understand something, just ask us, okay? We are here to help you. And well, let's start with the module number 1, okay? This course, it has 12 links. Let's start today. It is about app services. What is an app service, guys? Maybe you are using it right now. Some of you, I'm pretty sure that they have the experience, you have the knowledge. But for those ones who have no idea what we're doing here, don't worry, guys. We are going to explain everything step by step, okay? So let's continue. What is the agenda? What are the lessons that we need to understand? First, we need to see the fundamentals, of course. Fundamentals. Just let me get this. Okay, what is it? Why we have this option in Azure, and how can we use it? How can we configure these applications, these services? How can we add resources? Because we know that some applications require more resources than other ones. I mean, it's not the same to have an application that has 1,000 users than an application that has 1,000,000 users. Of course, one needs a lot of resources extra, okay? And finally, we are going to understand what a slot is. Let's start, guys. Fundamentals. Exactly what is Azure App Service? Well, guys, I will be changing from one tab to another one. Just let me go to my Azure App Services. Well, this is Azure, guys, for the ones that do not have the experience. Azure, as you can see here, has a lot of options, a lot of resources that you can create so that you can build your solutions. And one of them, and maybe the most used in the world, is App Services. It is right here, guys. I mean, if you open your Azure and you don't see it, don't worry. You just need to come here to the searcher and you just type in App Service. And when you type in App Service, well, it will appear in these options that match the name, okay? Now, guys, what else we have? In some documentation, if you look on the internet, it has a different name, which is Web App. So if you see Web App or App Service, it is exactly the same, okay? Don't worry, guys. But now, well, you can find it as App Service. Now, guys, exactly what is an app service? An app service is just a container. Just let me close my LinkedIn. Perfect. Right here, this whiteboard, I will be using it to, I don't know, to draw some things, to try to explain better my words, okay? So app service, you can see it as a box, guys, right here. Good, I know that I'm not the best artist in the world, so let's try to imagine that this is a box, okay? So this is an app service. Now we have our application, good. Right here we have our Python application, Java, Node, JavaScript, TypeScript, I don't know, the language that you use. Now this application that we have here, application, app, I don't know, this is the app for the company. Well, guys, this, we are going to put it inside this box, okay? It goes here. And this box, this is the app service. App service. Perfect. Now, this is the thing that will be exposed to the internet, that will be exposed to the users. So you can configure all this box, not the application. Okay, I mean, you already created the application. That is the part for the development. Now we are doing the part for the production. I don't know, the way in which we can take it to the real world. Okay, so this box is an app service, but it is not only used to deploy application. Only, I don't know, you have an API, a simple, a small piece of code. You can also do it. You have maybe, I don't know, an application that it has only an static application, a web page, something simple, one page, two pages of code. You can also deploy it to here. Okay, guys? And now, what are the characteristics? Well, the main characteristics, the way in which we can deploy it. Okay, it has deployment slots, and well, you can choose either Windows or Linux. Just let me show you, because I know that it is better the practice than the theory. So I will show you how to do this. First, we are going to select the service, guys. So we click App Services. Okay, we wait for a minute until this is ready. It is my computer, guys. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure that you have better machines than mine. Now, what is the thing that we have when we open a resource? We will have the main pane, the pane of configuration, the place in which we will need to say, please create one instance of this resource, okay? An instance, guys, an instance is just a copy of the resource. I mean, an instance of an app service is just an app service, okay? So as you can see here, I have one that I created yesterday, okay? Now, the names must be unique in the world, guys, okay? So if I say right here, create, this will open the create pane, the creation pane, okay? Now, remember, the name is unique. So how can we know if we are using the correct name, guys? Don't worry, Azure will tell you. Azure will check if the name is unique in the world, and if not, you will have an error. An error indicating the problem, so you can try to fix it. Good. Just give me a second, guys, until this is ready. And we can continue creating the first instance. Remember, it is just the box, not the code. We are going step by step. This is the creation pane, guys. What is the first thing that you can see that we need? Of course, a subscription. Azure works with subscriptions. You need to pay to be able to create your resources. I mean, we have a free trial license, but well, I'm using a subscription, okay? I will choose my subscription. Then what, guys? A resource group. A resource group, what is that? Well, a resource group is it is just like the environment for your companies, okay? I mean, you can have an environment for North America, one for South America, one for Europe, or maybe for departments, one for marketing, one for legal, one for, I don't know, maybe IT resources, okay? So I will create a new resource group, and this will be AC204 Cloud Week. That will be the name. Got it, cool. Then what? Name, a unique name. So maybe, I don't know, my Cloud Week AC204 app. Is that unique? Yes, as you can see here, it is indicating a check mark, and then the full name of the application. So this is correct. Then guys, it says publish. What is that? I mean, is your application in code? You will be giving me the application, I don't know, from GitHub, from Bitbucket, from maybe Azure repos, etc. Or is it an image? I mean, it is a container. I will take the application from Docker Hub, from Azure registry, or maybe is it a static app? Depending, guys, depending on your application, you will have a different solution. Right now, I'm pretty sure that we can use code, maybe the most necessary option in the world. And then what? It says runtime stack. What is that? Runtime stack, guys, is not, it is just the programming language that you will use. I mean, is it Net? Maybe ASP.NET? Is it Java? I don't know, Node, PHP, Python, etc. Even Ruby, okay? As you can see, guys, Microsoft currently is applying or implementing Go. Go, as you can see, it says experimental. What is experimental? Well, guys, it is still in progress to, I don't know, to make perfect, okay? The rest of the languages, they are already established, but Go is still on the way. It is not, it works, yeah, of course, but maybe you will find that it requires more capabilities than the rest of the options. So for the moment, I think that as this is a Microsoft course, we will use Net 6, okay? But you can choose, I don't know, the language that you wish. Then what? The operating system, guys. Why we have an operating system? Well, guys, this box, the one that we have right here, this one, of course, it requires an operating system because it is a computer in a data center from Microsoft, right? So that operating system for this box, I mean, you want it to be either Linux or Windows. Now, why we have two? Because we know, of course, if we are using Net, the best option is Windows. I mean, it works perfectly. But what happens if I choose maybe, I don't know, Python, okay? Python, as you can see, it has Linux by default. Why? Who can tell me why? Well, guys, it's because Python works perfectly with both options. So if Python works perfectly with both options, we can not select Windows and save the money for the license because Windows has a license and Linux is free. That is the option, okay, guys? Now, right now, I will change back to Net. Good. And I will select Windows. Now, region, the other option that we need to select. What is a region, guys? A region is the data center in which you want to deploy your application. I mean, Microsoft has data centers around the world. It has like 10 in the United States. It has 3 in Canada, like 20 in Europe, like 5 in Africa, 3 in South America, etc. In which region you want to deploy your application? And you know the rule. The rule is that the region to choose is the closest one to your users. Are your users in Europe? Choose a region in Europe. Are your users in Asia? Well, choose a region in Asia. In this way, the latency will decrease. Your applications, your performance will be better, okay? So right now, I will choose the United States. I know I said I live in Mexico, but in Mexico, we don't have a data center right now. I mean, it's still in construction, okay? So I will choose the same region that I will use, which is East US, okay? This one, East US. Another recommendation, guys, not all regions in the world have the same capabilities. So, well, you need to play with the regions, okay? So normally, the regions in the United States are the most complete ones. Those has absolutely all the capabilities in the world, okay? But, well, you need to play with the regions or see the documentation to see what is the best option for you guys. Now, guys, we have the options, the information that this app requires, but we need the power. I mean, what is the power for this box? I mean, you want to have 50 gigabytes in RAM, 50 gigabytes. Maybe you want 2 terabytes. Maybe you want only 2 gigabytes because it is something really, really simple. how can we say this? How can we give the power to our applications? Well, guys, the resources are here. It says pricing plans, okay? This is the name, the default name. I mean, you can change it. Of course, you can change it. You can say, no, I need a new name. Maybe my new power plan, okay? Okay. As you can see, it is here. And pricing plan. And it has a default standard price. But if I say change size, I will click it. I can see that I have a pane, right? It says a specific picker. Just let me wait for a minute until this loads so that you can see all the different sizes that we can choose. You can see that we have, for instance, production. Okay, maybe if your application or your app service is for production applications, yes, this is the best option. But what happens if we are learning? I mean, when we are students, or when we are junior engineers, when we don't have that experience, that roles, I mean, it is a waste of money, right? I mean, why would I want to pay this amount of dollars if I can use the free option? I mean, if you come here to dev test for less demanding workloads, something simple, guys, it says you will have 1 gigabyte of memory, okay? You will have 16 minutes day compute power free, okay? This, for learners, may be the best option because it is free. But if you need more power, also we have production or isolated, guys, okay? Production. Right now, I think that I will use production, and maybe I will say this one, okay, yeah, almost 2 gigabytes in RAM, because I won't be deploying nothing in the real world, so I don't want to waste my money, okay? I will select it and say apply. Good, and that's it, guys. This is it. We finished creating the app service. What's next? Well, as you can see here, we have more capabilities. Deployment. If right now you want to, I don't know, to implement the source of your code, I will leave it for later, guys, in the course. So right now, let's say create. Review and create, guys, will check your configuration. If you have an error, you will see it here. If not, you will see the option create available, okay? This is like a summary of your process. So create. Perfect. Now, this will take, according to the resource, maybe from 1 minute to 10 minutes, the resources that take more time to create. Azure App Services take approximately 30 seconds to be ready, okay? So never mind, it is something really simple. Now, guys, let's come back to the slides while we wait. Good. We explained how to create it, okay? Now, let's explain how can we add resources and how can we do it automatically. I mean, without a person to be working, okay? This is the part for the power, guys. Remember, they are called service plans, okay? Now, remember, we have shared, dedicated, and isolated. What is the difference? Well, guys, see this. If you notice, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you notice because you're paying attention, my service plans was 175 gigabytes. You may say, okay, that is really, really small. I mean, it won't work. Yeah, guys, it works only for one application maybe, but that's not the issue. I mean, let's imagine that we choose maybe 40 gigabytes, okay? 40 gigabytes of power. This plan, guys, can be used for multiple applications, up to 10 applications. Always that your applications do not go over the power of your service plan. I mean, if this application is using maybe 13 gigabytes, this one is using 15 gigabytes, and maybe this one is using, I don't know, 6 gigabytes, perfect. Because we are using 28, 34 gigabytes of power, okay? So we still have 6 gigabytes remaining. Good. We can use the same app service for these applications. But what happens if I want to add a new one, a new application? And this application is consuming 20 gigabytes. Is it possible to do it? No, 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 no. We cannot because the limit is 40 gigabytes. Okay? And right now we will need 14 extra gigabytes. So it is impossible, guys. We don't have the enough resources. What can we do right here? Well, maybe you are imagining it. We can increase the power or we can create a new plan, okay? Those are the options that we may think of, okay? So let me come back to Azure. As you can see, it is ready, guys. When your resources are ready, you can see that this message that says your deployment is complete and something that says go to resource. So let's click it. Let's see what we have right here. Good, we have a configuration pane. And as you can see here, guys, what does it say? First, the name of my app service, Cloud Week Azure 204 application. This is the name that we selected. And down here, we can see the name of the service that we are using in Azure, okay? If we create a database, right here, we are going to see database. If we create a Kubernetes cluster, right here, we are going to see Kubernetes cluster. Cosmos DB, well, right here, Cosmos DB. So this is the way in which we can know what we create. Now, guys, what are the different options that we have? The first one, guys, browse. What happens if I say browse? Let's say browse. This is the application, guys. It is the application working. I mean, it is empty. That's why we can see this. Your web app is running and waiting for your content. We just need to deploy your app inside this box, like my draw here. This one, okay, we have the box. We need to deploy the code inside the box, and we will see it in this link. Easy peasy, guys. Now, what else? Let's explain how we add more resources in the case that needed. Well, this is the menu for your configuration, guys. Let's scroll down, and we have something that says scale up and scale out. What is the difference, guys? Scale up adds more power. I mean, you have 50 gigabytes, guys, and you scale up, guys, up, okay? So you will say plus, or please add another 10 so that I can have 60. This is up. And we have also out, scale out. What is the difference, guys? Well, instead of adding power, we are going to create more instances. So we will have 2 instances. I don't know, maybe the first 50 gigabytes instance, okay? And then a new one, 50 gigabytes instance. So we will have 100, but not in the same resource, not in the same app service, but in 2. Okay, that is the only difference. Let's see how it works. Okay, right here I will click scale up. And as you can see, it is the same pane, guys. It is the same pane. You just need to say, okay, please, I need more than 3 gigabytes. So this is the one that I need right now. I click it and then apply. And it says updating app service plans, adding more power, more resources. That's it, okay? Then what, guys? Then scale out. Scale out is to add instances, okay? How it works automatically. I mean, you can do it manually, but that's not the idea. I mean, who wants to work on Christmas? Absolutely no one. So right here, you can say, okay, please add more instances. Or you can say custom autoscale. Custom autoscale, guys, will read the performance. Will read the performance of your app to know if you want to add more resources or not. Right here, you can see that it says scale mode. Scale based on a metric. Good. And now it says scale is based on a metric trigger. What metric trigger do you think that we can use to know if we need more power? The CPU, guys, maybe. I mean, if the CPU, the power of the server, is maybe at 85%, okay, that indicates that we have a problem. That indicates that we need more resources, because if not, well, our application may crash. Okay, so let's say that when we reach 85%, I want another instance to split the users into 2 instances, okay? So let's continue. Right here, guys, you can see that in the section rules, we have the part that says add a rule, okay? So let's click it. Right here, we are going to have multiple metrics, guys. One of them is CPU percentage, but we have more options. I mean, you want to measure maybe your memory, maybe the information that the packages that are entering to the application. Maybe you want to measure, I don't know, if you have a problem that from Azure Monitor, which is another module that we will see in the last day, etc. Okay, and we say whenever my CPU, because the metric is CPU, guys, is greater than 85, okay, as you can see here, please increase 1 instance, increase count by 1 instance. So add. This rule will indicate, I don't know, just give me a new instance to split my users, to split my workload, because I'm having problems. The server is not working with the best performance. And right now, we just need to indicate what is the minimum of instances. 1, what is the maximum? Okay, the maximum, because I mean, we have a limit. Each instance, of course, will have an extra cost. So I have 5 instances as maximum. And the default, the number of instances that we will start with, maybe 2. And that's it. Then you just need to say save. And that's it, guys. This is how we add power automatically or manually, depending on your needs, okay? Remember, guys, if you have questions, well, you can ask in the questions and answers section, and Aranza will be helping you. Also, we have a section for a lab, okay? In 2 hours, we will have the session for creating the lab in which you will be working. Right there, we can also help you, and you will be speaking, I don't know, with us at the same time, okay? So let's continue. What else we have, guys? We also have the ways to deploy the application, okay? The ways to deploy the application. Where can I find that? I mean, how can I deploy the application that I have inside this app service? Well, guys, if we use this menu, we have a section that says deployment, okay? Easy to understand, right? So, deployment center. Center has 3 sections: settings, logs, and credentials. Why do you think that we have settings, logs, and credentials? Well, in settings, we can choose where is the source code. I mean, is it in GitHub? Right here, you can read that it says source, okay? So if I click this list, GitHub, Bitbucket, locally in my computer, maybe Azure Repos, external Git, I don't know, up to you guys, okay? Wherever you have your code, you just need to select it. I mean, is it in GitHub? You select it. I will choose GitHub, guys. And what we have? Of course, we have, I don't know, it automatically detects my account or the account of this computer. Right now, we can change it. Then you select your organization, then your repository, and that's it, okay? As you can see, the organization that this computer has, and one of the repositories, okay? Right now, we don't have a specific application to deploy from GitHub. We are going to do it locally. So I will say discard the changes. But right here, guys, is where we, I don't know, where we implement this, where we take the code, okay? Indicating just the configuration. Now, guys, as you can see, we have multiple sources. Another thing, and one of the the next modules that we will see maybe in 2 days, is the built-in authentication. What is that? Azure App Services. In Azure, guys, you do not have to create a login system. I mean, what happens if I open a new tab and then I open maybe Azure Portal again? This will ask me for credentials, of course. This one, sign in to Microsoft Azure, guys. If you need this capability in your apps, you do not have to contract or to hire engineers to do it. I mean, you can use the automatic login system that Azure has. You will see this same window, but this time in your applications. You save time, you save money that you will waste in your engineers. Well, not waste, you will pay to your engineers. And well, it will be faster, okay? But don't worry, guys, it is a topic that we will see in 2 days. Now, what is the configuration, of course? Another thing that we have in this app service pane is the settings section. The settings section, guys, has multiple things. One of them is properties. Properties, okay? What are the properties? The properties is the IP address of your application, okay? Right here, virtual IP address. This is the one that we will use to connect to the app. Now, you may be seeing, Alan or Jafet, but I can see that we have 2 IP addresses, outbound and inbound or virtual. What is the difference? Well, guys, outbound IP address, these are the IP addresses that other resources in Azure will see, okay? And this one is the IP address that the servers in the world, so that the people can connect to your application, will see. That is the difference. This is used by other resources, and this by people, okay? Now, perfect. Let's do another, a small practice. Let's deploy an application so that we can see how it changes the default front end to the app that we are going to create, okay? So what we are going to do, let me open Visual Studio Code, okay? Right here, we are going to create a small application and we are going to deploy it. And we are going to start, I don't know, seeing what can we do. I will create a new folder, of course, a folder for the course, for the Cloud Week. Right now, I have this, but this is not correct. I mean, this is one that I was using for another course. File, open folder. Open folder. Right here, I will create a new specific folder for the week. Maybe Cloud Week will be the name, of course. Cloud Week. Good. Then select the folder. And what we will do? We will create just, we are going to clone an application. I mean, we don't have to create it. This is not a programming course. This is an Azure course, okay? We are going to use one application that Microsoft uses for multiple courses. I mean, the same application is used in this 204, 400, 104, and also 300, okay? So we are going to say, please open the terminal and git clone. Git clone, you may know that it is used to have an application that is located in a repo in GitHub or in some Git repository and bring it to our computers. So please new terminal. Good. Now I will say git clone and a link. Okay, just let me copy the link from the repository. Good. Okay, just give me a second. My Windows looks like it is kind of slow, but nothing that cannot be solved just by activating extensions. Got it. If not, I think that we can do it in the Cloud Shell. That is a terminal in... Okay, never mind. It is ready. Okay, guys, I will say git clone. Git clone. Just give me a second, guys. Perfect. Git clone and the link of the application that we will use. This application, guys, it is really small. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge. It is just an HTML link that will say some words, some phrases, and that's it. Okay, we are not going to do absolutely nothing else. Then what, guys? Well, when we have this clone, we need the command to deploy. We need the command to deploy to the application, okay? What is that command? Well, of course, we are going to indicate the resource group, guys. Remember, everything in Azure must be in a resource group. The resource group will be, what is the name? Just let me verify. Right here. The name of the resource group that we are using is resource groups. Right here we can see all the resource groups that we have. Okay, it is this one. Okay, I will copy the name because if I make a mistake, it won't work. Well, it will create a new one, but I don't need that. Perfect. Good. Then echo to verify that it is correct. Please get me the name or the value of this variable. Correct. Then what, guys? Of course, we need to do the same, but for the app service to use. Okay. So maybe app name equals. Now, guys, we can use one of the options that are right here. I mean, we could use this one, or if you want, you can use a new one. Okay, both options work. For instance, if right here I say Cloud Week app number 2, okay, perfect, and then I execute the command to deploy the application, which is Azure Web App. Remember, I told you that Web App was the previous name. The commands are still accepted. Please app deploy inside this resource group. Resource group, just let me, resource group. Okay, what? With this name for the app name, okay, and it is an HTML application, and that's it. Okay, this command, guys, will deploy the application, will deploy this app. Okay, just let me open it. This one. This is the application that we need in Azure. Okay, I'm pretty sure that if I execute this, it won't work, because if you see, I'm not located in the correct location. So what I will do is just cut the command. Okay, just let me enter the folder. Okay, perfect. Okay, got it. Give me a second, guys. Perfect. CD is a command to enter different folders, and then HTML. Perfect. Now I can paste the command that I just executed. This one. Paste. Got it. Just let me try to do it again. Good. And enter. Now, guys, if you want to read the messages that we will see in the terminal, it is just it is a message indicating your app doesn't exist. Okay? Because yes, I'm using a new one. It will be created. Then what? Then it says your code is being uploaded, is being deployed, and then that's it. That is the only configuration or the only process that occurs. As you can see, it says this application doesn't exist, but we are going to create it in a minute. Okay. Now it says your app is being created. Let me come back to Azure, guys. Right here, I will go to App Services, of course, right here. I will look for App Services. This one, App Services. To see the list of app services that we have in Azure. As you can see right now, I only have 2 of them. This ain't ready yet. Okay, it says starting deployment. Deployment responded with 204 code, which we know that it is a successful code with 200. And then your application can be launched at this URL. Looks perfect, right? I mean, we have a JSON response indicating some information like, I don't know, the power, the URL of the application. So what happens right here, if I say refresh, guys, remember, if you do not see your real sources, you have the refresh option. So refresh. And, oh, I have 3 applications right now. What is the one that we are using? This one. I mean, it's exactly the same to this one, guys. I mean, it is not, there is no difference. Only the name, of course, and the application that it has inside. This one has code. I will click browse, guys, so that you can see the difference between this and the application working. And well, you may be wondering why Alan did it in code, I mean in a terminal. Well, guys, we can do exactly the same using the Azure portal or the terminals, either PowerShell or CLI, okay? Both options. Right here, if I say browse, we should be able to see an application working. Perfect. We are not seeing this message. This is the default Microsoft Azure front-end CSS. This is the application that we have right here, this one, okay? I mean, I know it is just a page, but guys, imagine that you have a real application. Imagine that you have something complicated and it works exactly the same. You don't have to execute more commands. I know it is the same command for all the applications, okay? So then what, guys? Now we have an application working. This practice. What is next? Well, guys, next, the configuration. Where can we manage the configuration of the app service? Right here, guys. Just let me close this one, and that's it. I will leave it open because I will need it to explain something later. Another option that we have in the settings section, guys, is the configuration. What is the configuration? The configuration indicates the language that you're using, the bits, communicates your resources. I mean, if right here you have, for instance, a storage account. The storage account. What is a storage account, guys? We'll see it. We will see it tomorrow, but well, it is like a storage center. You can upload your images, videos, files, whatever you wish, right here. Okay. Well, if we want to connect the application, this application, to take the images that are stored right here in your storage account, how can we do that? Well, guys, we can do it right here. Can you see that it says application settings? You just need to say, please, new application setting. What will this application be? My storage connection. That will be the name, my storage connection, to take the images, okay? Now, what is the value? The value, guys, you just need to enter to your storage account. And this is possible with all the resources, not only with the storage accounts, okay? Then, what is the value to connect your resources? I mean, you want to connect your databases to your apps to your functions to your performance analyzers to monitor multiple things, guys. All the resources have a section that is called access keys. Right here, guys, security and networking. Can you see it? And it says access keys. These access keys, it has private information, guys, okay? So if I click it, of course, and I'll be able to get the connection. The connection, guys, is name connection strings, okay? So if I say show, as you can see, it has like a URL encrypted. I will say copy to clipboard, and please, the value goes right here. I'm sorry, we didn't copy. Just let me do it again. Copy right here and paste. Perfect. Now, okay. Good. I have my resources, my two resources connected. That's it. We cannot, we do not need absolutely nothing else, guys. Now, guys, I will say, please save the changes. Are you sure to continue? Yes, of course. Save the changes. Then what? Well, guys, application settings is to connect to resources, but we also have general settings. General settings, as you can see, indicates the bits of your computer. This time I'm using a 32 bits computer. Manage pipeline version, integrated. I don't know, you want to allow WebSockets on or off. What is WebSocket? Well, WebSocket is to connect through the server and through your clients, okay? What else we have? I don't know, you want your application work only over HTTPS or also HTTP. We know that it is a protocol for security. You want maybe, I don't know, remote debugging? Try to debug using Visual Studio. I mean, you can do it. You can connect Visual Studio 17, 19, or 22 to debug your applications. What else we have, guys? We have another configuration, which is a default document. Default document, what is a default document, guys? Default document is the first page that you see when you enter somewhere. For instance, if right now I open Netflix, netflix.com, I don't have a Netflix account, but well, we will use it to explain this. This, guys, this is the default document. It is the index. It is the main page. It is the thing that all the customers, all the people, all the users see when they open the page for the first time, okay? So we can see that for a HTML application, we have default HTML, index HTML, IIS start, ASPX, etc. Yes, these are the most common options, but you need something different, like PHP. PHP uses a document inside the public folder. So for that, you can say, I will add a new document, maybe main.html. main.html. Okay, good. And when this is ready, that's it. You just leave it, and remember, you just need to say save. Then what, guys? That's it. We just need to say save. I will discard the changes, guys, because I do not want to affect my processes. I do not want to affect the configuration. I won't use it, so there is no need to save it. Okay. Then what, guys? To continue with the practices, well, we connected a storage account with the application. So what is next? Can we do it in bulk option? What is bulk, guys? Bulk, right here in application settings, advanced editor. Okay. Bulk means you want to create your configurations in the quickest possible way. You can do it. I mean, if you have a document with the configuration in JSON, you can just copy and paste right here. As you can see, this is the configuration that I have right now, but I can create more. I mean, I can copy this and paste right here. Of course, I will need to change the name, maybe version 2. Right here, it needs a comma because it is a JSON. The value, you can change it to something else. And a slot setting. Maybe right now you don't understand what a slot is. Don't worry, guys. We will explain it in a minute. Okay? And now, when you already pasted all the configuration to save time, because of course, if you use the Azure portal with the graphical interface, it will take hours, so it is faster to use code. You just need to say, okay. And it is right here, version number 2, okay? So this card. Good, guys. Let's continue. This is the configuration that I just explained you. Now, guys, the certificates. I mean, you want or you need to upload some certificates for your application. Well, guys, you have the option that says TLS SSL settings. If I click it, and I come here, you will see that it is an option, I don't know, to upload your applications. Maybe some applications require to have a certification that proves that the information is handled or is managed properly. What happens if we have an application that works for a bank application? I mean, do you think that the users would want our application to have their information without any proofs that we are not going to make secure the process? No, of course not. I mean, we won't be able to do it if we don't have that capabilities. And for that, guys, is this. I mean, you can have private keys, yes, created maybe with a company, or public key. Now, to upload it, of course, you need to have it first. You just need to say, please upload a public certificate. And you will see, I don't know, the process to upload. If you do not know how to get a certificate, guys, don't worry, Azure can do that for you, okay? So sometimes, well, always, guys, when you open a service, you will see a message that says, learn more. I will open it. Open link in a new tab, and let's go. Let's see what it is. Okay, what does it say? It says secure a custom DNS name with a certificate. It is the documentation, guys, okay? So when you see something that you don't understand, just click learn more. It will take you directly to the information, directly to the documentation so that you can learn, okay? Right now, we have maybe the prerequisites, the explanation, etc. Okay, we have right here more guides, like, I don't know, how can we map a domain name to our applications? We are not going to do it because this is part for the AC 104 course, not the 200. But, well, it is good to know that we have also the options to create a custom domain, okay? And this, as you can see, is the process. If I scroll down, you can see that it is selecting an app service, going to scale up, etc. So it is easy to read the documentation, guys. I mean, you just follow step by step, and that's it. You finish. So for now, just let me close it. Good. So remember, we can upload certificates if we need it. Right here. Good. Then, next slide. Manage app features. These guys, the features, I mean, I'm pretty sure that some of you are the senior engineers or are the tech leads or are in charge of deploying or taking your applications to production. So what happens when you want to test something in production? I mean, is it a good idea to test your application being in the production phase? Yes, guys. I mean, normally we don't do it. Why? Because we're afraid that we break something. I mean, we say, no. The application must be ready before be taken to production. But guys, that is impossible. I mean, we can try to make sure that it won't have so many errors, so many bugs. But to be sure 100% that it won't fail, it is impossible. So what can we do? We can use feature flags, okay? I'm going to try to draw something else. Right here. I'm going to draw an application, okay? This application. It is a computer. This computer has the application, which is a web page. Okay, the web page is WhatsApp. Let's imagine that it is WhatsApp or Telegram, these applications. So it has the chat right here. It has maybe the contacts right here. So contact number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, etc. Good. This is the application. Now, the team, the IT team, the development team has a new feature, a new update. The update will be this one. 3 buttons. For what? No, to create a group, to delete the group, and to change the name of the group. This is the new update. So, this is production, prod. What can we do to test this in production? I mean, because it is not the same environment that we have in test. I mean, yeah, we can try to replicate it, but it is not the same one. So to do that, guys, we use something that is called feature flag. Feature flag. What is feature flag? Feature flag is just an if. So it says right here, if feature flag equals to true, please continue. If equals to false, right here else, or if not true, do not continue, okay? So this is what happens. So in your applications, you will have something like show new feature or hide new, wait a minute, new feature, okay? This capability. Now you may be wondering, where is this option? I mean, do I have to come to the code to change right here true to false, or I don't know, the value of the flag? No, guys, you don't have to do that. It is done automatically by Azure. Where is that option? Right here. We have an option that is called app configuration. App config. This one, guys, app configuration. Just let me create it so that you can see it, okay? Remember your questions, please write there in the chat. In the question and answer section, we have a partner answering all your things. Now, guys, don't worry if you don't have the practice in this first section. We have the lab in an hour and 30 minutes, in 90 minutes. Right there, you will be able to work. We will be with you so that you can have the practice, okay? This is just the theory. Don't worry, guys. So create. I will close the Netflix windows because I don't need it. Perfect. Now, guys, the same subscription. I mean, you can change it, but I will use the same subscription and also the same resource group. Why? Because this is my environment, okay? So I need all my resources that I create, of course, in the same resource group. Location is US, yes, of course, and the name of the resource. The name could be maybe, I don't know, my app configuration, right? Right here. My app configuration service. Is it available? Yes, of course. You can see the check mark. Then, guys, the pricing tier, you can see that we have 2 options. One standard and one free. Okay, what is the difference? The storage, okay? I choose the free one and then create. Good. You can see all the resources are created in the same way. So there's no need to learn multiple ways to create your solutions, your environments, because Azure uses the same easy interface. I mean, it is really simple. Anyone can understand what it refers to. And as you can see, it is really quick. It is ready. So go to resource. This, as you can you see it, guys? Right here, it says app service. And right here, it says app configuration. Okay? It indicates what resources we have. Right here, we can see some metrics, some charts. They will display information when you are using this. Okay? It is new, so it is empty. So let's go down, scroll down, and we have the option that says Configuration Explorer and also Feature Manager. These guys, these are the options that are the main function from this service. In Feature Manager, we are going to declare this flag. This one, this feature flag, okay? If feature flag true, please display what is inside. If not, please hide it. So to do it, create a new feature flag. What will be the name? The name could be something easy to understand. Okay, it will be flag to hide or show my new feature. Okay, this is the name. Flag to hide or show my new feature. Then the description. Okay, with this flag, a dev team can test in production. They can hide or show new content whenever they want, and if suddenly something fails, just hide it. That's it, guys. This is the description. Now, apply, creating the feature flag. Good. Now, guys, it is here. Can you see it? Flag to hide or show the new feature. Is it enabled? No. But now it is. Disable, enable. Disable, enable. And that's it. Simple, quick, and you don't have to modify your code. I mean, you can come here and just say true. No, false, true. False, true. False, true. I mean, the process of taking the CI/CD, the continuous integration, continuous deployment, to verify the test. What happens if we make a mistake in modifying the value? Of course, some tests may fail, and that will have an enormous delay in the process. So to avoid that, we just come here and enable and disable. So when this is true, this new feature is available. But when this is false, I mean, it will be invisible, and no one will be able to use it. Simple, guys, okay? Don't worry for the practice, guys. We will do it, but we will do it in 2 days, okay? Right now, we are just explaining what can we do, because another way to test in production is using slots. Slots. And yeah, of course, we will do it. Good. Just let me come back to these slides. And the scaling. Okay, guys. Well, I just explained you what is the scaling. Before continuing, I think that we will have a small break. Only 5 minutes, guys. It is really, really quick. Okay? So you have 5 minutes just to go to the restroom, 5 minutes to stretch your legs. And when this timer is 0, we will start again. Okay? Your answers will be answered right now. Just let us know if you want to know something. The timer is started. 5 minutes, guys. Okay, good. I'm pretty sure that you are there, guys. We are going to start again. Well, we are going to start where we stop before the break. I could read some of your questions, guys. Normally, well, I don't read it because I'm explaining. But now I use this break to read your doubts, to read your questions, the things that you would like to know. I see some questions about the auto scaling, about feature flags. I can see some other questions about, I don't know, if we are going to share the slides. No, guys, I'm sorry. The slides won't be shared because, well, it is property of, it has Microsoft rights, so we cannot do that. But don't worry, we are going to provide the official documentation, the place in which we create these slides so that you can read it, okay? That is public. Actually, just let me show you where you can do it so that we don't have any problems. Guys, the place to study for your exam, the ones that want to take the exam, is this one. Okay? This link is the official documentation. It has the entire course. Actually, it has more information. I mean, you will take like, I don't know, 2 weeks to finish reading this, 3 weeks, depending on your time. This is just a 2 hours course. I mean, it is impossible so that you can see the same knowledge here that in the course. This is the same page, guys, okay? So for those who need it, please, Aranza, if you're there, please, can you provide this link to the guys in a question so that they can have it? And yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but we cannot share the slides. It also has, I don't know, the ways to prepare, etc. And actually right here, you can schedule your exam if you need it. Schedule exam. For those who only want the information, well, right here, guys, okay? These are the modules, the 12 modules for the course. So you just have to enter, for instance, create app services. This is the one that we are studying right now. You just click it. And you will see all the lessons with all the practices. I mean, don't think that I was born with this knowledge. I know how to do it because it is right here. It has the practices, it has the information, the theory, etc. Okay? So you expand the overview and you can see the different topics. And can you see it? It is like a game. It is interactive. Each time that you finish something, you will get some points, some scores, okay? And also, at the end of each module, you will get the knowledge check. The knowledge check to verify that you are learning, if you are learning or not. For instance, let's imagine that I answer this and this. I don't know, I didn't read the questions. Then check your answers. One is correct and the other one is incorrect. And it has also the option that is correct, explaining why. So guys, this is the information that we can provide, but not these slides, okay? Good. So let's continue. Okay, at the end, guys, when we finish explaining all this, I'll read the questions that you have, and I will, I don't know, try to explain a little bit more the sections that were difficult to understand, okay? Don't worry. We will do that, but for now, we need to continue to finish. I mean, we're about to end the presentation. Good. Next slide. The next slide is for, just give me a second. Right here, where is it? Okay, it is not. Okay, good. Examine auto-scale factors. Now, guys, you know how to auto-scale. I mean, I already explained it. It is right here. You go to your auto-scale, scale out in the app service section. But now, what are the things to consider to do it? I mean, how can we know that we are selecting the correct metric, the correct performance analyzer, the correct monitor way, okay? Well, guys, to do that, are you sure you want to discard the changes? Yes, of course. I don't want to check to save absolutely nothing. Okay, this message. What does it say, guys? It says, Auto scale is currently not available for this resource because the pricing tier is not correct. I mean, it is not available in the free one, okay? So if I go to scale up, I can see that the free one is selected. Can you see it? This one is the one that this app service has. It is not available. So I will go to production and change to the S1, the one that is not free. Yes, guys, it is free because it doesn't have all the capabilities, of course. I mean, we all know that. If we want to use the entire full system of options, we need to choose an option that is not free. And then we can come to scale out, and it should work. Can you see it? Now I can see the options. Well, guys, to be able to choose the correct metric or the correct analyzer for the auto scaling, what can we do? These questions, guys. When should you consider analyzing? Auto scaling, I'm sorry. Okay, just let me a second. I will try to zoom in so that you can see it. This one. Auto scaling provides elasticity for your services. What is elasticity? Elasticity is that power that you need to increase or decrease in the correct moment. I mean, what happens if right now a celebrity, an influencer, something famous shares something about your application? In that moment, all the fans, all the people that follows that person will use that application. I don't know, a new, I don't know, maybe a filter from Instagram. What happens when a famous person share it or use it? Of course, millions of people will use it in the next days. So for that, we use elasticity because it is for unexpected things. I mean, we are not expecting to have this workload, but in the case that we have it, we will be ready, okay? That is the difference between auto scale and scale manually, because manually, we can use manually maybe on Christmas, maybe on a specific day, because we know that in those days we have more workload. But auto scaling is for unexpected things. Okay, so good. Now the conditions. The conditions, well, you know it. It is the memory. Right here, guys. A scale based on a metric. You need to select it, okay? If you do not select it, you won't see the add rule pane. And we have all the metrics available. Actually, we have another option. I mean, we have the schedule auto scaling. If you scroll down, right here, you will see a little message that says add a scale condition, okay? A scale condition. I click it, and I can see that this was opened. What is this? This, guys, has a calendar. A calendar, I don't know, to indicate maybe what happens if we are on vacation. I mean, I'm planning my vacations to the beach, to Cancun, to Spain, to Germany, to these companies. Would I want the company to talk to me when something happens? No, of course, no. I don't want to work on my vacations. So what I do is just come here and say, okay, during this period of time, maybe for this week to this one, okay, during this time, okay, good. Please, I want maybe a scale on a metric. And well, please, I want a maximum of 9 instances. The default, well, I know that we may have some workloads, so 3. And then save. In this way, guys, it will be done by the computer, and you can have your day off. You can have your free time. You can spend the time with your families, with your couple, with your sons, your daughters, etc. Good. Okay, so remember, we have also the calendar option. Then what, guys? The best practices. Okay? The best practices. the best practice is always choose a minimum and a maximum. I mean, you cannot say the minimum one, and maximum 2. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why do you want the minimum in 1 and the maximum in 2? That is not correct, guys. Maybe 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5 could be a best option, okay? Another one, choose the correct metric. You need to learn what is the metric to use. I mean, you won't choose CPU power if the thing that you want to measure is your memory, your storage. You won't choose your HTTP packages if you want to measure, I don't know, maybe the data that is going out, okay? So learn to identify the metric. Right now, you may say, okay, how can I do that? How can I learn to identify the metric? Guys, we use the Azure Monitor, okay? Azure Monitor. So right here, we have another option that is App Insights. Application Insights. This option, guys, we will see it the last day, but that option is the one that will tell you, okay, the metric that you need to take, this one is, okay? The thing that you want to measure, this is the option. This will tell you absolutely everything about your performance and, of course, your problems, okay? So finally, guys, last lesson. What is a slot? Okay, the other way to test in production. I told you that we can use the feature flags. I mean, you know that. But we have a second option, which is a slot. Okay, that is one slot, and I will draw another slot. Good. Now, guys, just let me provide some names. Slot production. Production, not production. Production. And this one, this is a slot. The name is not important, guys. Normally, we use a staging. Okay, staging is the name in which we recognize what it is. But if you want to change it, you can do it. Prod 2, prod best, prod option 2, no, prod B, the name that you wish, okay? Prod 1, prod 2, whatever. Now, how does it work? Well, guys, it works in the next way. This production slot, the main one, has the application working, okay? Right here, we are seeing all the options. The chat right here, the people to contact, etc., and the buttons, the applications that we have. Now, guys, what happens if we want to implement a new feature? We want to say, no one liked this way. I mean, 3 buttons right here was not a good idea. It is a bad design. So what can we do? Well, we will have the new version. The new version has the chat right here. Then it has a drop-down list right here with multiple options. Then, of course, we change the background color, we change the font, we change the sizes. And right here, we are implementing ads, advertisement, because we need money, okay? So we are selling ads. So right here, we are going to say some ads for the World Cup. I don't know, the Spain versus Germany, Brazil versus Argentina. I don't know, this. We know that in soccer, we're about to have the World Cup. So right now, we are going to have the ads, okay? By the way, I think that Brazil will get the cup. I don't know. I think that it is the best team right now. But okay, yeah, that is not part of the course. So what can we do to test this new feature in production? I mean, right now, this one is the one that the people is watching, is having, is using. This is the one that I have, that I want to test. Well, I deploy it to a slot. This is already production, guys. This slot is also production, but it is invisible to the people. So when I finish testing this application, I just need to say swap IP addresses, swap URLs, swap applications. So this will become this one, and this will become this application. So right now, the content in here is this content. And the new content for the production 2 is the one that was the previous production. Okay, simple, guys. This is how slots work. Just let me show you guys, because I'm pretty sure that you need the practice. So in App Service, guys, we will go to, what is it, right here, deployment. And we will open deployment slots, okay? Just give me a second for this to open. Good. Now what, guys? Can you see? Can you see the name that we have right now? It says production, guys, right here. It has the name of the app service, and it says production in green. Why production? Because this is the one that my users can see, okay? And that's it. Now, how can we create a new slot? Well, guys, right here, we have the option that says add a slot. So we say add a slot. And we provide the name. Remember, it is not important to the name. You can choose a different one. But we will use a staging, okay? And then add, create my new slot. Okay, this will take a minute. I will open the same app service in the next tab, guys, so that I can change between things quickly. Right now, I will go to app services again. App services. App services. Good. I will open the app service that I'm using for the practice. And I will go to the slots, deployment slots. Maybe it is ready. It is ready now. Yes, it says successful created slot. So close. Perfect. This is one tab, guys. Can you see my browser? The browser has one tab in Azure and another tab in Azure. They are the same app service and they are located in the same slots. What is the difference? In this first tab, I will leave the production slot. And right here, I will open the staging slot, okay? So this one. How can I open it, guys? You just need to click it. So can you see it? Click. And now it will take me to the slot. It is the same thing, guys, because it is an app service. The only difference is that it has the name staging. Now, I will say browse, okay? Browse to see what is the content in this slot. Browse. Can you see it? It is a default document from Microsoft. I mean, it doesn't have absolutely nothing, but this already has, this is the main, this is production, guys. This is production, and this is a staging. So what can we do to modify this, to test it? Okay, let's do it, guys. How can I add the configuration to deploy something into the slot? Well, guys, remember, we go to Deployment Center. I will do it right now in the way that I showed you. I did it in the terminal. Right now, I will connect directly using the terminal, using the Azure portal, okay? So it says loading deployment settings. Wait a minute, please. Okay, source. The source, well, locally, of course, locally. Then what, guys? We also have the credentials section, okay? So I will open credentials. Good. And as you can see, it has a username and a password. These credentials will be used to deploy. I mean, when I say git push, it will ask me for these credentials. So to make the process easy, I will open a new window because I need to type in the password. Well, remember, guys, the good practices in cybersecurity. Do not use words and use symbols. Multiple things. I think that this is a correct password. 3, 9, 6, 10. Perfect. Copy the password and paste right here. And paste. Good. And save. Good. And the password is correctly set. Then what, guys? Then we need to add the remote to our local computer. How can we do that? We come back to settings, and we have a git clone URI. This git clone is to clone the application, and also it is there to push new changes. So we are going to copy this. We are going to go to Azure to Visual Studio Code, and we are going to see the remote options that we have. Git remote v. As you can see right now, I only have the place or the repository in which I take the application. So let's add a new one. So git remote add. What is the name? Maybe slot staging. Okay, that will be the name. Slot staging. I had a typo. I'm sorry, guys. Slot staging, and I paste the URL. Enter. Good. I can now push to this this slot, but of course I need a change to the new feature. What will be the new feature? I don't know. Maybe something, just a new text. Right here, I will say H2. This is a change, a new feature, the feature for the users, and it is located in the slot first. Okay, this is the change, guys. I will save the changes. Then what? Of course, I need to say git add everything, and well, git status to see if I have something different. Yes, of course. So git add. Please stage the changes. Git commit with the message understanding how slots work. Okay, this is the message. Good. Then what, guys? Then git push, of course, git push to end the name of the slot, which is this one. I will copy and paste because I don't want to make a mistake. Then enter. And we wait for maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds to see something, okay, guys? This takes some time. It is not immediately. Well, at least not in my computer. Maybe in yours it could be faster. Okay, what we have, it says Git credential managers, enter your credentials. What are those credentials? Well, the ones that we put right here. So the username is this one. It is my name, guys. That's why it has that name. Well, it is my name in this account, okay? It is not my name, but it's the name of the account. And the password, the one that I use right here. So copy and paste. And then accept. Okay, then what? Then we come back to the monitor to monitor the process. And we wait for maybe another 20 seconds to see when something happens. Okay. If we have an error, guys, we have two ways to check them. Right here, of course, it will indicate something failed, and we also can see the logs. In a minute, I will show you where they are so that you can see where your problems could be in the case that you have problems. If not, well, perfect. Okay, good. We have a response and we have a URL. So what happens if I come back, I go to this platform, I mean to this page, and then I refresh it. Can you see it? It has the new feature, it has the new update. But if I refresh production, main production, not production number 2, it doesn't have absolutely nothing. I mean, it has the previous version. So right now, the dev team, the test team, the senior engineers, the tech lead, I don't know who does this in your company, guys. Some companies have different rules, different standards. They can come and start testing, okay? I will click here, I will refresh, I will upload data, I will download this, I will use different browsers, etc. Everything is correct. I mean, when you finish testing, what you do? What you do is just coming here to the configuration of the main production, guys. Remember right here where you have the list of slots, and then what? Then swap. Now it says, what is your source? Your source is staging, and the target, I mean, the target is with the main production. If you have multiple slots, guys, you can do it. I mean, you can have multiple slots, but then of course you need to select the correct source and the correct target to swap it, okay? Then what? It has a little summary of the things that will change, and then swap. And it says performing swap between this slot and this another slot. It will take like 1 minute, but you can see, or you will be able to see that in this way, we will have this. This application becomes this one, and this is now the most updated version, okay? Let me drink water, guys, while we wait. Okay, thank you. This is still work. This is still, I don't know, going in the process. Oh, perfect. We have a message that says successfully completed. Good. Then what? Nothing, guys. You can close it. Close this message, and then come to see your results. I mean, I will refresh this one, the main production first. Can you see it? Now it is up. I make an error right here. Never mind. Now it has the feature. And this one, that was the updated version. If I refresh it, it is the old version. Now you may be wondering, okay, why is it the old version? I mean, why would we want this to be the old version? I mean, do we need it? Yes, guys, of course. We always will need the previous versions. Not all of them, of course, but maybe 1 to 3. Why? What happens if a bug is found by a user, the nightmare of the developers? I mean, that a bug is found by a user and not by the test team. In those cases, guys, you can roll back. I mean, you can say, okay, a problem. What can I do? Swap again. Please go to the previous versions that didn't have this error. So please swap again. And that's it, guys. You are rollbacking. You are going to the previous versions to the safe place, okay? Now, a question that the students always do. Okay, I can see that we can deploy to the slot. How can we deploy to the main slot, to the production? Well, guys, git remote, add the name, main slot or main slot production, something that is easy to understand. And then what? Then, guys, you come to your configuration in your main slot. Okay, just wait a minute until this process is done, okay? Let me try to do it, okay? Okay, perfect. And close. Now, how can I provide this URL to push from my computer? Right here, guys. I mean, you go to deployment center the same way, guys. It is not something difficult. Deployment center. It says loading the configuration. And what we do, we select locally. Is it recommended to deploy to production directly? No, guys, no, it is risky. I mean, you actually can see the message. You are now in the production slot, which is not recommended for setting continuous integration and continuous delivery. No, guys, of course, no, we cannot do this. I mean, it is a problem. We should deploy to the slots, not to production. But in some cases, well, some of you have asked me, how can I do it? Can we do it? Yes, of course. It is not recommended, but we can. You just need to select local Git and then save. And that's it. We have now the URL to do it. So I copy and I paste the remote, enter, good. Now what happens if I see the list of remotes that I have right now? I should see 3, the source of the application, my slot staging, and my slot production. So git remote v, something like that, I think. Can you see it? I have now 3, main slot, origin, the source of the code. That won't be touched in my life. I mean, I don't need it anymore because it is not my repository. I don't have permissions to modify it. But these 2 guys, production and slot, those are the ones that we need. And that's it. And this is how it works, guys. Okay, let's continue. Okay, good. Well, this is the theory for the slot swaps. Okay. Now, guys, another thing. How can we route? How can we route the traffic? To route the traffic, guys, maybe between regions. What happens if I have a region? Well, this application. Just let me go to my drawer. Okay, this slot, no, just let me draw a new thing, okay? I have an application, this one, located in East US, okay? East US. And I have a new application located in Germany. Okay. This application located in Germany. Okay. Let me try to zoom in. Good. How can we do to know or to let Azure know where to redirect the users? I mean, people in America, of course, they must be connected to this location because it is closer. But people in Europe, of course, they will be connected to this data center, to this location because it is closer. So how can we do this, guys? Well, guys, it is not part of the course. It is part for the 104, but I will show you, okay? This one. This link, this information, well, this is the documentation of how to do it. What does it say? It says that we have a resource in Azure that is called Azure Traffic Manager. This one. What is Azure Traffic Manager? You can see that it says it is a balancer, a DNS-based traffic load balancer. So a balancer for what? A balancer to send your users, to send your people to the best locations, to improve the performance. Because what happens if the user sees that, I don't know, the application is slow or it has a lot of latency? They won't like it, they won't use it, and they will go to the competitor. I don't know, to another company that does the same work that we do, but, well, better, okay? So to improve the performance, guys, as a recommendation, you should see also this documentation. Repeat, it is not part for the course, but it is a complement, okay? It is the way in which, I don't know, we can know how can we administer the resources. Can you see that we have, I don't know, tutorials to route traffic because of low latency, because allocation, because of network, subnet, maybe your company has multiple sub-companies around the world, and you want those employees to be connected to the correct net, to the correct subnet. Well, you just come to this tutorial, to this guide, and you follow the instructions, okay? I just did it, well, I did it some months ago, guys. They are not short, I repeat, they take like 1 hour, above 1 hour to complete. But well, they are a really good way to know how can we improve the velocity, the speed, okay? So let's continue. Okay, good. And well, that's it, guys. We finished with the presentation. I mean, we only have 2 hours. Remember, in 45 minutes, I think that we have the lab session. It will last 2 hours also, in which you will be able to have the practice. We will be with you guys in the case that you have a problem. If you stuck or get stuck in somewhere, we will help you to do it. Right now, we finish with the introduction, with the theory, okay? I'll read some questions to try to explain some things a little bit better in these last 10 minutes that we have. So if you have a section that you want to check again, please just indicate it in the questions, okay? And we can do it. Okay, I can see questions that says, if we are connected to Git, by creating a deployment slot, will it automatically create a new branch in the repository? No. A branch is not the same as a slot, okay? It is different, okay? What is the main difference used between slots and feature flags? Okay, good question, Valeria. Okay, Valeria Baga, guys, is asking the difference between a slot and a feature flag, okay? What is the difference? The difference is that feature flags, guys, work in the same slot. Okay, you can have your feature flags, but only one slot, only main production. Okay. What is it? This one. Okay, this is prod. Can you see it? Slots we have two, but in feature flags we are using it in the same one. We are using only one. So when using feature flags, we hide and show things in the same slot. But when using slots, we use 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them. That is the difference, Valeria, okay? What other questions we have? Is Traffic Manager a load balancer? Yes. It is a load balancer, of course. What else? We have a lot of questions. We have also... will we get some support after this week? Is there a contact we can take away as we do some further study? Of course, Silvia. Well, if you ask if we will be with you, I'm not trying to solve your things. Well, you can have my contact in LinkedIn. I remember. Let me open it again. I will pass you the link actually. Okay, just let me get it. LinkedIn, okay, Jafet. Where is it? Guys, for this question, I will just provide my LinkedIn. I mean, you can ask general things, but if you need deep things, what you can do is just contact Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft has a specific course in which but for a full day, and they will help you to get all the all the things that you need. Okay, how can you do that? I mean, the instructions are right here, guys. Just let me show you. Okay, just let me open it. Can you see it? It says instructor led path. You will have the processes, I don't know, to get or to idea these instructors, okay? Just come here, okay? And well, what else we have? We also have a question that says, are the labs recorded as well? Yeah. What is the advantage of using feature flag instead of keeping it in dev? Says Joy. Okay, Joy. Well, the advantage is that you can have an extra layer to test. Okay, you have a test phase, and that's it. It is recommended, of course, but when you finish using it, please, you need to remove it, because I mean, when you are sure that your application is working, there is no need to have code that you won't use. That creates lag or latency. Okay, guys. What else? For today, the hands-on lab is just the number one. Yes, Andre, of course. Right now, we are going to do the lab number one. Okay, guys. Well, remember, questions will be answered by chat, or well, I will be able to answer the ones that I see. It says, Kaushal, can we quickly go through app configuration again? Yes, of course. I mean, what is app configuration, guys? Remember, you go to Azure and you just type in app config. I mean, you refer to app configuration, the resource, or app configuration, the configuration of the app service. Kaushal? Because I think that you mean this one, but you may also be talking about the other configuration. So, well, if you can let us know. Same link to join the lab? No, it is a new link, guys. You should have it in your documentation, guys, in your emails. You should have received, I don't know, the way in which you receive this information. It should indicate where is the lab, okay? Well, guys, don't worry for the practice for the app, the feature flagging app configuration. I mean, we will have it in a couple of days. We will create an application, and I will show you how we do this. I mean, how we turn off or turn on the flag to show and display and hide the things, okay? But right now, if you have a quick explanation, well, you just create a service, an instance. Then you come to Feature Manager. Wait, I'm sorry, Feature Manager, wrong link. You create right here your flag, remember, create flag, and then enable or disable. Now, you may be wondering, okay, but how the code knows that? Well, guys, you need to use a library. I mean, when you are using, I don't know, maybe ASP.NET, you install a library that is called Feature Manager, like this menu, and then you can type in the code. And that's it, guys. Don't worry, we will have the practice in the next days, okay? The storage account was only because because of allocating your HTML code and because you used the local Git repo. No, Andre. I just create the storage account, or I connected it to show how you can connect multiple services, okay? If you want to connect your services, remember that we have configuration. And right here, you will see that it says app setting. Create new app settings, create new connection, and that's it. It was just a demonstration, but I mean, you can imagine it with any resources in the world, okay? New application setting, and the name and the value. Okay, guys? Well, guys, we're about to finish. If you don't have more questions, remember, we wait for you in the lab, which is in 35 minutes. We'll be there. We hope that you connect. We will help you to have the hands-on lab practice. So, well, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow again in the theory for the next modules. I mean, you can go, you can leave, and see you guys. See you in the lab.